The story of the American silver eagle is one of power, beauty, and hidden fortune. But when you mention the year 1900, you step into a mysterious and almost mythical territory. Why? Because the American silver eagle as we know it today was officially introduced much later, in 1986 by the United States Mint. So when collectors whisper about a 1900 silver eagle, they are often referring to something far rarer. Coins that carry the spirit, design inspiration, or symbolic liberty that predates the modern series, making them objects of fascination and imagination. Imagine holding a coin that embodies the elegance of Lady Liberty, walking confidently toward the dawn, draped in the American flag. This iconic design, inspired by the legendary Adolph A. Weinman, traces its roots back to early 20th century artistry. Coins from around 1900 that reflect similar artistic brilliance are not just currency. They are frozen moments of history, carrying whispers of a nation rising into global prominence. Now here's where the excitement builds. Coins from the early 1900s, especially those minted in limited numbers or with rare mint marks like P. Philadelphia or S. San Francisco, can hold extraordinary value. Collectors across the world hunt tirelessly for pristine examples, knowing that a single coin, untouched and perfectly preserved, could be worth not just thousands, but potentially millions under the right circumstances. But value is not just about age. It is about condition, rarity, and demand. A coin from 1900 that resembles the grace and symbolism later used in the Silver Eagle series becomes even more desirable if it carries sharp details, minimal wear, and original luster. These qualities transform an ordinary piece of silver into a treasure that could redefine someone's financial future overnight. There is also a psychological magic attached to such coins. The idea that something small, often overlooked, could carry life-changing wealth is deeply captivating. It fuels stories, dreams, and even viral moments where forgotten collections suddenly turn into fortunes. This is why collectors urge caution. Never rush to sell. Never underestimate what you hold. In the world of coin collecting, timing is everything. Markets fluctuate, collector interest rises, and rare coins can skyrocket in value when demand peaks. A coin tied to the legacy of American liberty, especially one echoing early designs from around 1900, can suddenly become the centerpiece of a high-stakes auction. And then comes the element of mystery. Not every valuable coin announces itself. Some sit quietly in old boxes, drawers, or inherited collections. Their true worth remains hidden until an expert examines them. This is why stories of overnight millionaires are not entirely fiction. They are rare, but they do happen. The mention of mint marks like P and S adds another layer of intrigue. Coins minted in different locations often have subtle variations. Sometimes, a tiny detail, a slight difference in lettering or design, can elevate a coin's value dramatically. Collectors pay close attention to these nuances, knowing they can mean the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Silver itself also plays a role. As a precious metal, it has intrinsic value that fluctuates with global markets. But when silver is combined with historical significance and artistic excellence, its worth goes far beyond metal content. It becomes a symbol of heritage and wealth. What truly makes such coins powerful is their storytelling ability. They are not just objects, they are narratives you can hold. A coin from around 1900 carries the weight of a different era, an era of transformation, ambition, and identity. That emotional connection often drives collectors to pay astonishing prices. However, it is important to stay grounded. Not every old coin is worth millions, and not every rare piece is a hidden jackpot. Authenticity, grading, and professional evaluation are essential. Without these, it is easy to fall into myths or unrealistic expectations. Still, the sheer possibility, is what keeps the dream alive. The idea that somewhere, someone might be holding a coin that could change their life forever is incredibly powerful. It turns ordinary people into treasure hunters and history lovers into passionate collectors. So if you ever come across a coin that seems unusual, old, or beautifully crafted, pause. Look closely. Research its origins. Seek expert advice. Because in the world of rare coins, knowledge is just as valuable as the coin itself. And remember this, true wealth is not just in finding something rare, but in understanding its worth. A coin inspired by liberty, rooted in history, and preserved through time is more than money. It is a legacy. And sometimes, just sometimes, that legacy can indeed change your fortune overnight. Before we dive into the excitement, there's one powerful truth you need to know. There's no such coin as an 1816 American silver eagle. That famous silver bullion coin was first introduced by the United States Mint in 1986. But don't click away, because what you might be holding could still be something incredibly rare, historic, and potentially very valuable. Now imagine this. A coin dated 1816, carrying the spirit of early America, crafted in silver, surviving wars, generations, and time itself. Coins from that era are not just currency. They are living pieces of history. In 1816, the United States was still young, and coins were struck with limited technology, making every surviving example precious. During that period, instead of silver eagles, the U.S. produced coins like the draped bust coinage and capped bust coinage. These coins are highly collectible today, especially in high-grade condition. If your coin truly dates back to 1816, you could be looking at something far more historically significant than a modern bullion piece. The real magic of such coins lies in rarity. Not every old coin is valuable, but the rare ones, the well-preserved ones, or those with minting errors can skyrocket in value. A small detail, a unique strike, or even a specific mint mark can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a collector's dream. Speaking of mint marks, coins from the early 1800s were not widely produced across multiple mints like today. The main mint at that time was in Philadelphia Mint, meaning many coins from 1816 may not even carry a mint mark. This actually adds to their mystery and appeal. Now let's talk about silver. Coins from 1816 were often made with a high silver content, which alone gives them intrinsic value. But collectors don't just look at metal. They look at story, survival, and scarcity. A coin that has lasted over 200 years becomes more than silver. It becomes legend. Condition is everything. A worn-out coin may still be valuable, but a well-preserved one, sharp details, clear date, minimal scratches, can multiply its worth dramatically. In the coin world, this is known as grading. And even a small difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars. There are also hidden treasures in minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual features can make a coin one of a kind. These are the kind of coins collectors fight over, sometimes paying astonishing prices to own something truly unique. But here's where reality meets hype. Owning a rare coin doesn't automatically make you a billionaire overnight. However, it can absolutely change your financial situation if the coin is rare, authenticated, and in demand. Some coins have sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions, but those are exceptional cases. Authentication is your next crucial step. Never rely on guesswork. Professional grading services can confirm whether your coin is genuine and determine its condition. Without this step, even the rarest coin might not fetch its true value. Collectors around the world are always searching for historical coins, especially from the early United States. The market is global, competitive, and driven by passion. That means if you truly have something rare, there will be someone willing to pay for it. Now imagine holding a small piece of metal that has traveled through centuries, passed through unknown hands, and survived against all odds. That's the emotional power of coin collecting. It's not just money, it's history you can touch. So if you believe you have an 1816 coin, treat it carefully. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. These actions can destroy its value instantly. Preserve it exactly as it is until a professional examines it. In the end, while the dream of instant riches is exciting, the real treasure lies in knowledge. Understanding what you have is the key that unlocks its true worth. And who knows, your coin might not just be valuable, it might be extraordinary. 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is one that fascinates collectors around the world. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary $1 coin, but for those who truly understand rare coins, this piece of American history can carry astonishing value. Issued by the United States Mint, the coin honors the legacy of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the former U.S. president and World War II hero. While millions were produced, a few special varieties and pristine examples have become treasures that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for. For someone lucky enough to discover one of the rarest versions, the humble dollar could suddenly feel like a hidden fortune waiting to be revealed. When the Eisenhower Dollar first appeared in 1971 and continued into 1972, it symbolized pride, history, and innovation. The large coin carries a powerful portrait of Eisenhower on the front, while the reverse design celebrates the historic Apollo 11 moon landing, a moment that changed humanity's view of space forever. This design shows an eagle landing on the moon with Earth shining in the distance. Because of this striking design and historical meaning, the 1972 coin quickly became popular among collectors who believe it would one day grow into a valuable collectible. Among all the 1972 coins, certain versions struck at the Philadelphia Mint and the San Francisco Mint have attracted intense attention. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while San Francisco coins often include a small S. What makes some of these coins incredibly special is not just their mint location, but subtle differences in the reverse design and overall condition. Collectors carefully examine details, such as the shape of the Earth on the moon design or tiny differences in the lettering to determine whether a coin belongs to a rare variety. One of the most legendary versions is the rare Type II variety of the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar. In this version, the Earth shown above the moon appears smoother and less detailed than on other varieties. At first, this difference seems minor, but to experienced collectors, it is the key that unlocks a hidden treasure. Because only a limited number of these coins were struck before the design changed again, they have become some of the most sought-after pieces in modern American coin collecting. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of any coin, and the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is no exception. A heavily circulated coin may only be worth a small premium above its face value. However, a coin preserved in flawless or near-perfect condition, known among collectors as mint state, can be worth dramatically more. Coins appear almost untouched by time, with brilliant surfaces and sharp details, become the true prizes of auctions and private collections. Another factor that adds to the fascination is the silver content found in certain collector versions produced for special sets. Some of the San Francisco issues were struck with a 40% silver composition rather than the standard copper-nickel blend used for circulation coins. These silver issues already hold intrinsic metal value, but when combined with rarity and high grade, they can become highly desirable pieces that command impressive prices in a collector market. Stories occasionally circulate about rare coins selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and in some extraordinary cases, even more when they are graded at the very highest levels by professional grading companies. These remarkable sales inspire collectors everywhere to search through old coin jars, inherited collections, or forgotten bankrolls. The idea that a single coin might transform an ordinary discovery into a life-changing moment adds an element of excitement that keeps the world of coin collecting alive. However, discovering a valuable Eisenhower Dollar requires patience, knowledge, and careful inspection. Collectors study tiny design elements, mint marks, surface quality, and strike sharpness. What appears identical to an untrained eye may actually reveal subtle differences under magnification. These tiny clues are what separate a common coin from a rare and valuable collectible that might be admired by collectors for generations. The thrill of the hunt is what makes coins like the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar so captivating. Every time someone checks a handful of old coins, there's a spark of possibility. Perhaps hidden among ordinary pieces is a rare variety that collectors have been searching for. This sense of mystery turns simple pocket change into a fascinating treasure hunt where history, art, and value come together. In the end, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar represents far more than a piece of metal worth $1. It is a symbol of American history, space exploration, and the legacy of a remarkable leader. For collectors and dreamers alike, it reminds us that sometimes the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. If you ever come across one of these coins, it may be worth taking a closer look, because within that small piece of history could lie a story, a treasure, and perhaps even a fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1971 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar stands as one of the most iconic symbols of American coinage, a shining testament to both history and artistry. This coin, born from the ambitious vision of the United States Mint, carries the weight of a nation's pride on its silver shoulders. Unlike ordinary coins that pass unnoticed in pockets and cash registers, this dollar was created to commemorate an extraordinary figure, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and his enduring legacy. But what truly sets it apart is not just the image of a leader etched into its surface. It is the story, the rarity, and the silent promise that this humble coin could be a portal to unimaginable wealth. Collectors and enthusiasts immediately recognize the unique allure of the 1971 Eisenhower Dollar. Minted in both Philadelphia, PA, and San Francisco, S., these coins were more than currency. They were a statement of ambition. The San Francisco S. mint coins, especially those struck in uncirculated or proof quality, are the crown jewels of this collection. Their shimmering silver surfaces, untouched by time and human hands, reflect not only light, but the dreams of those who understand that owning history can be as valuable as gold itself. The design of the coin is a masterpiece in miniature. On one side, the portrait of President Eisenhower exudes stoic dignity, capturing both the warrior and the statesman, while the reverse showcases a majestic eagle landing on the moon, a powerful nod to America's triumph in space exploration. Every line, every contour, speaks of meticulous craftsmanship and the bold spirit of a nation that had reached for the stars. For a collector, holding this coin is like holding a piece of history in your palm, a tangible connection to the 1970s and the aspirations of an entire era. Value-wise, the 1971 Eisenhower Dollar is no ordinary collectible. In today's market, certain pristine specimens have reached astronomical levels, with mint-condition proof coin commanding prices that border on the unbelievable. While most people see a dollar as small change, these coins quietly promise the possibility of turning a single piece of metal into a fortune beyond imagination. The rarity of coins with perfect surfaces, clear mint marks, and no blemishes makes them highly sought after by serious investors and hobbyists alike. The excitement around these coins is heightened by their silver content. Unlike modern dollars, many 1971 proof coins contain a layer of pure silver, giving them intrinsic value beyond numismatic appeal. Silver itself has a long history as a store of wealth, and when combined with rare collectible, it forms a dual powerhouse of value. This makes the Eisenhower Dollar a rare specimen where historical significance, artistic beauty, and material worth converge to create an object that transcends ordinary investment. Stories of collectors who stumbled upon a 1971 Eisenhower Dollar in their change or attic abound, each telling of jaw-dropping discoveries. 1 minute, a coin is just a token. The next, it becomes a ticket to untold fortune. These tales only add to the legend of the coin, feeding a kind of feverish desire among enthusiasts to search, preserve, and protect. Owning one isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of connection to something timeless, rare, and extraordinary. The coin's allure also lies in its story of survival. Many coins from this era were spent, lost, or damaged, leaving only a small number of pristine examples available today. This scarcity drives their value higher and makes them the crown jewels of coin collections worldwide. For those lucky enough to own one of these untouched specimens, the coin becomes not merely a collectible but a legacy to pass down, a story of American history, preserved in shining metal. Investors and collectors alike are drawn to the Eisenhower Dollar for its unique combination of beauty, rarity, and potential financial reward. Unlike fleeting investments, a coin like this can increase in value steadily over decades, reflecting both its historical importance and the scarcity of surviving examples. The thrill comes not just from owning a coin, but from understanding that its worth could grow quietly while the world around it changes. A secret fortune waiting to be realized. The psychological power of holding a 1971 Eisenhower Dollar is profound. In a single object, one can hold the weight of history, the promise of future wealth, and the artistry of American craftsmanship. It is a tangible reminder that value is not always apparent at first glance, and that sometimes extraordinary fortunes lie hidden in plain sight. For collectors who understand its significance, this coin is a reminder that the right object at the right time can indeed change a life. Ultimately, the 1971 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar is more than metal, more than history, more than money. It is a symbol of possibility. It embodies a dream that with patience, knowledge, and a bit of luck, something as simple as a coin can unlock unimaginable fortunes. Those who possess one are not merely collectors. They are keepers of legacy, guardians of treasure that might, just might, turn into a billion-dollar revelation overnight. Owning this coin is an experience, an adventure, and a testament to the enduring magic of rare collectibles. Absolutely. Let's dive into the fascinating and exhilarating world of the 1974 Liberty Eisenhower $1 coin, a true gem for collectors and dreamers alike. Brace yourself, because what I'm about to reveal could make your heart race if you happen to hold one of these coins in your possession. The Eisenhower Dollar, minted from 1971 to 1978, was already iconic for its sheer size, design, and historical significance. But the 1974 issue, especially those struck in proof or uncirculated condition from the Philadelphia, P, and San Francisco S mints, holds a special lure that makes collectors whisper in awe. The coin's shimmering surface, a mix of copper-nickel clad or 40% silver for special proof sets, seems almost magical, as if it carries the weight of American history and the promise of untold fortunes. Holding one feels like holding a bridge between the past and a limitless future. The 1974 Eisenhower Dollar isn't just a coin, it's a story frozen in metal. On its obverse, the coin proudly displays the profile of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, whose steadfast leadership and heroic military legacy resonate through the engravings. The crisp lines of his face, the firm set of his jaw, the careful detailing in his hair, all these tiny touches make the coin more than just currency. They make it art. Flip it over, and you're greeted by the majestic eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission. It's a symbol of triumph, ambition, and the unshakable human spirit. Every detail, from the feathers of the eagle to the contours of the moon, is meticulously crafted, reminding collectors that this coin is not just money, it's history immortalized. What makes the 1974 Liberty Eisenhower coin truly extraordinary and potentially worth millions is its rarity and the story of its minting. While millions were produced, only a fraction were preserved in pristine condition by collectors. Coins that escape circulation, those that retain their original luster, and especially silver-clad proofs from the San Francisco Mint, are extraordinarily scarce today. These coins are the unicorns of numismatics, beautiful, historical, and almost impossibly valuable. Imagine discovering one in a forgotten collection, a dusty safe, or an old box of coins inherited from a grandparent. That single moment could catapult a regular collector into the realm of billionaire fantasy. The thrill doesn't stop at rarity alone. Condition matters above all else in determining the value of a 1974 Eisenhower dollar. A coin graded mint state 65, MS 65, or higher by professional grading services can fetch astonishing prices. The more flawless the coin, the brighter its sheen, the sharper its details, the higher its value. Proof coins, especially those struck in San Francisco with the coveted S mint mark, are particularly sought after. Collectors around the world vie for these coins with a passion that borders on obsession. Owning one is not just about money. It's about prestige, history, and a tangible connection to the grandeur of American legacy. Then there's the emotional power of the coin. Just holding a 1974 Eisenhower dollar can evoke awe, nostalgia, and a sense of limitless possibility. You are literally holding a piece of history in your hand, a symbol of human ambition, the lunar triumph of Apollo 11, and the enduring legacy of one of America's most respected leaders. Every scratch, every shine, every minuscule mark tells a story, a journey from the minting press to your grasp. Imagine explaining this to someone. That coin could be worth millions and was once just a piece of currency meant to circulate through everyday transactions. The irony is almost poetic. Financially speaking, these coins are like dormant treasures, sleeping silently, waiting to unleash fortunes. While the market for rare coins fluctuates, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar has shown remarkable resilience. Investors, collectors, and numismatic enthusiasts are drawn not only to its history, but also to its potential for extraordinary appreciation. Coins like this are tangible assets that combine beauty, scarcity, and financial promise. Unlike stocks or digital assets, this coin doesn't vanish with server crash or market crash. It is real, tactile, and immortal in its physical form. The excitement intensifies when you consider the mint marks. The Philadelphia P. Mint coins were produced in higher quantities, making them less rare than their San Francisco S. proof counterparts. Yet even these can carry remarkable value if preserved in flawless condition. The San Francisco S Mint, renowned for its high-quality proofs, produce coins with a mirror-like finish that collectors dream about. These coins, with their reflective surfaces and intricate details, are like liquid silver frozen in time. They demand attention, respect, and an audience ready to appreciate their unique brilliance. Beyond monetary value, the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar is a magnet for stories. Imagine walking into an auction house, placing that final bid, and seeing the coin leave the hands of another collector, perhaps for millions. Imagine the awe in the room as the gavel falls and history changes hands. This is not fantasy. It's the reality that many coin enthusiasts live for. The Eisenhower Dollar isn't just about wealth. It's about legacy, passion, and the thrill of discovery. One moment it sits in a collection unnoticed. The next, it could be the star of an international auction, commanding attention, admiration, and envy. For those fortunate enough to own one, the advice is simple but crucial. Treat it with reverence. Never spend it casually. Never store it in an unsafe environment. These coins are delicate treasures. They demand careful handling, appropriate storage, and expert appraisal. Even the slightest scratch or fingerprint can drastically reduce their value. Preservation is key because every gleaming surface adds millions to its worth. One small misstep could cost you a fortune that might otherwise have transformed your life overnight. Finally, the 1974 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar is more than a coin. It's a symbol of possibility. It embodies history, artistry, ambition, and wealth. It offers a dream that a single object, once minted and forgotten, can rise to monumental importance. Holding it is a reminder that treasures exist in plain sight, waiting for the patient, the knowledgeable, and the passionate to recognize their value. If you have one, guard it, cherish it, because this is not just a coin. It is a potential fortune, a story, and a piece of American heritage that could quite literally change your life overnight. In essence, the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar is a rare confluence of history, art, and financial magic. It whispers to collectors, investors, and dreamers alike, I am more than metal. I am a fortune waiting to awaken. Those who understand this coin's allure and act wisely may indeed find themselves staring at a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, with history and wealth intertwined in the palm of their hand. The 1977 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar is not just a coin. It is a shimmering slice of American history that holds a story within its metallic frame. Struck in the midst of the 1970s, a decade of transformation and bold ambition in the United States, this coin represents the culmination of artistry, symbolism, and economic narrative. Bearing the iconic likeness of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, whose leadership during the World War II era and subsequent presidency left an indelible mark on the nation, this dollar coin is far more than mere currency. It is a vessel of legacy. Every curve of Eisenhower's profile on the obverse side is a tribute to his resolute character, captured in timeless metal. The coin's reverse side is equally mesmerizing, featuring the powerful depiction of the Apollo 11 insignia, a nod to humankind's first steps on the moon in 1969. This imagery transforms the Eisenhower Dollar into a symbol of American ingenuity, courage, and a limitless pursuit of dreams. Owning a coin with such imagery is akin to holding a miniature monument, a tiny window into a world where presidents and astronauts intersect in the same silver narrative. Collectors often describe the experience of seeing the reflective surfaces of this coin as almost hypnotic. The way light dances across the relief, giving depth and life to each engraving. Minted in both Philadelphia, P, and San Francisco, S, the 1977 Eisenhower Dollar exists in multiple forms, each with its own allure. The Philadelphia coins carry the heart of mainstream circulation, while the San Francisco coins, often produced in uncirculated or proof versions, boast a luster and finesse that make them exceptionally coveted among collectors. The proof coins especially glisten like mirrors, with frosted details that jump from polished backgrounds, evoking a sense of artistry that feels almost sculptural. These coins were never meant to be spent. They were designed to be admired, treasured, and preserved for generations. Silver content plays a crucial role in the coin's value. While many Eisenhower dollars were clad in standard copper nickel, certain special issues included a layer of 40% silver, elevating them from ordinary money to a precious collectible. This infusion of silver not only adds intrinsic value, but also connects the owner to the timeless allure of precious metals. In today's market, coins with silver content are highly sought after, fetching prices that can ascend into hundreds of thousands of dollars for coins in pristine condition, especially those untouched and housed in original packaging. The rarity of specific mint marks adds another layer of drama to the 1977 Eisenhower Dollar. San Francisco proofs, in particular, can be extraordinarily scarce, especially those with flawless surfaces that have avoided even the slightest scratch or blemish. In the coin world, the difference between a mint state coin and one with a minor imperfection can be astronomical, transforming a modest collectible into a treasure worth a small fortune. Some experts even whisper about coins so perfect that their existence is almost mythical, hidden in private collections, waiting for the right moment to reappear. Beyond material value, the 1977 Eisenhower Dollar carries an almost magical aura for enthusiasts. Imagine holding a coin that survived the decades untouched, bridging the gap between history and the present, carrying stories of past hands, of wallets and display cases, of admiration and awe. This coin isn't just silver. It's memory, it's prestige. It's the thrill of owning a piece of a golden era of American coinage. For collectors, the excitement of acquiring such a coin is often described as a rush akin to discovering hidden treasure, an emotional thrill matched only by the knowledge of its growing value over time. The investment potential of this coin cannot be overstated. Unlike volatile stocks or fleeting trends, the Eisenhower Dollar's value grows with rarity, condition, and historical significance. A coin minted in 1977 that has remained in pristine uncirculated condition could transform an ordinary collector into a millionaire, or even a billionaire, if the market peaks at the right time. It's not just money. It's financial empowerment wrapped in metal, a tangible asset whose value is anchored in history, artistry, and scarcity. Collectors and investors alike must exercise extreme caution when handling or selling these coins. A single scratch or fingerprint can diminish value dramatically, turning a once priceless coin into a modest keepsake. Proper storage, using acid-free holders and temperature-controlled environments, is essential. For those who understand the gravity of owning such a rare artifact, every decision about this coin carries weight, because it represents not just wealth, but legacy and a connection to an era of American ambition and achievement. The 1977 Eisenhower Dollar is more than an object. It is a conversation starter, a museum-worthy piece, and a reminder of the extraordinary lengths to which humans will go to leave their mark. From Eisenhower's determined gaze to the lunar module ascending on the reverse, the coin encapsulates the ambition of a nation and the ingenuity of a generation. Holding it, one cannot help but feel the pulse of history in one's fingertips, an unbroken chain connecting the past and present, with the promise of future recognition and value. In conclusion, the 1977 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar is not merely a collectible. It is a monument in your pocket, a testament to American perseverance, vision, and elegance. Its value is both tangible and intangible, measured in silver content, mint rarity, and historical significance, as well as an emotional thrill it inspires. For those lucky enough to possess this coin, the potential to alter one's fortune is real and profound. Selling it at anything less than its worth would be a disservice to its legacy. This is a coin that commands respect, admiration, and careful stewardship, a shining jewel of American numismatic history, capable of transforming dreams into reality with every glint of its polished surface. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that isn't just money. It's a piece of history, a symbol of a legacy, and a potential gateway to unimaginable wealth. The 1978 Liberty Eisenhower Dollar coin is one of those rare treasures that can make even seasoned collectors gasp in awe. Minted during a period of rich American history, this coin carries not only the face of a president but the weight of time itself, encapsulated in lustrous silver. Its P and S mint marks, representing the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints, are not just letters. They are the hallmarks of authenticity, the first clues that you might be holding a coin that could one day change your fortune forever. From the moment it leaves the mint, the 1978 Eisenhower Dollar is more than metal and design. Its very surface tells a story. The obverse, Featuring President Dwight D, Eisenhower's dignified profile commands respect. Every line, every contour on his face, reflects the meticulous craftsmanship of the engravers who captured the essence of one of America's most revered leaders. Flip it, and the reverse draws you into a celestial journey. The iconic Apollo 11 insignia, the eagle landing on the moon, wings spread in triumph, a testament to human ambition and the monumental achievements of the space age. Owning this coin is like holding history and aspiration all in one compact, gleaming circle. But what truly sets the 1978 Eisenhower Dollar apart is its rarity and condition. Coins from this year, especially those with the pristine strike of the San Francisco Mint S mint mark, are extraordinarily scarce. Uncirculated coins, or those graded in perfect mint state conditions, are almost mythic in collector circles. Imagine owning a coin that not only gleams like silver under the light, but also carries a story of scarcity that makes collectors and investors alike sit up and take notice. The whispers in numismatic circles often talk about these coins in hushed tones, some even claiming their value could soar into millions in today's market if the coin is flawless, untouched by the wear of decades. Every Eisenhower dollar is more than its face value. It is an emblem of investment, patience, and fortune. Those who understand the coin's true worth know that it is not something to be spent casually. Selling it for a few dollars would be like tossing a diamond into a river. Utterly unthinkable. With the right timing, the right buyer, and impeccable preservation, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar can transform a modest collection into a life-altering asset. Some envision scenarios where owning a perfect coin might elevate a collector to billionaire status almost overnight. The magic lies not just in silver or mint marks, but in the story and desirability the coin embodies. Beyond the monetary aspect, the coin carries immense historical resonance. Eisenhower's presidency, the post-war boom, the rise of American space exploration, all are subtly captured in this metallic masterpiece. Every scratch-free surface, every reflective sheen on a proof coin mirrors decades of American ambition. For a collector, this is a tactile connection to a pivotal era. It isn't just numismatics, it's storytelling, frozen in silver, waiting for someone who recognizes both its aesthetic and historic significance. To the untrained eye, it's a coin. To the discerning collector, it's a portal to the past and a beacon for future wealth. Collectors often speak of a special thrill when they discover one of these coins in pristine condition. The exhilaration is almost cinematic. The glint of silver in the light, the perfectly detailed strike, and the knowledge that this coin is part of an elite few. Imagine the quiet heartbeat of anticipation as you realize the coin in your hand might be the one that turned a casual collection into a fortune. P and S coins in 1978 are particularly prized because San Francisco coins often came in proof sets, struck with such perfection that even microscopic details pop with clarity. The Philadelphia Mint coins, while more common, still carry significant collector interest if in mint state or uncirculated condition. The market for Eisenhower dollars has evolved dramatically over the decades. Initially, these coins were used in everyday transactions, often overlooked as mere currency. Yet, decades later, those who preserved them resisted the urge to spend and understood the nuances of mint marks and condition, now find themselves holding treasures. The rarity of specific mint marks, combined with exceptional preservation, drives prices to astronomical heights. Conversations in elite numismatic circles sometimes hint at valuations in the millions for coins that meet the highest grading standards. Proof coins with perfect surfaces, untouched by time. Owning a 1978 Liberty Eisenhower dollar also gives a collector a form of prestige that cannot be measured in dollars alone. It signals an understanding of history, a recognition of artistry, and an ability to spot and preserve value that others might overlook. This coin, simple yet extraordinary, becomes a silent ambassador of wealth, history, and taste. Each time it is examined under light, it tells the story of America's past glories, the dreams of its people, and the careful hand of a collector who saw beyond its face value. There's also a certain thrill in the notion of potential. A coin like this holds the power of imagination, imagining a display case surrounded by other rare treasures, imagining the moment it's auctioned to a passionate bidder, imagining the fortune it could unlock. Each glint of silver carries a whisper, Preserve me and I may change your life. For those who treasure history, art, and fortune simultaneously, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar is not just an investment. It is an obsession, a passion, a story waiting to unfold. Finally, the magic of the 1978 Eisenhower dollar lies in its dual identity. It is at once humble and extraordinary. A single coin, small enough to fit in the palm, yet vast enough in potential to alter destinies. Its P and S mint marks, its brilliant silver surface, and the story etched into every curve create a rare combination that is almost mythical. For anyone fortunate enough to hold such a coin today, the choice is clear. Cherish it, preserve it, and allow it the chance to transform fortune, history, and personal legacy, all in one shimmering circle of silver.